Hello everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going down to Bitcoin. Big of the CoinsKid crew. So the DXY is absolutely double tapped down here, bolted. Look at that huge move since way back there in July, where it double tapped that bottom just there, and then it started to come back up. You broke out this resistance, back tested support, and right now you've melted through this green line, which is resistance of a falling wedge, back tested support twice, and right now you're looking to come back upstairs. But what we've done here for the DXY, we have ran into this key resistance of the 382 fib, okay, on the larger retracement from where you came from. I think it was November last year where the DXY began to break down, wasn't it, into this year, which is one of the confluencing factors why I did think we would see upside this year for some of the crypto projects, especially Bitcoin, okay, and so far so good. We've had a huge move. So, you know, inversely correlated to the DXY right now is obviously Bitcoin. If this has run into the 382 and it fails to get to that white line, then, you know, and break it obviously and start to attack the fibs higher than this, then this could be the retracement that's done, you know, some kind of retracement in a macro downtrend for the DXY, and then a continuation of a downside. So what I'm looking at right now, that if the DXY continues to break down here, okay, because you can see you've had a little rally here to this high, failed to break it, and right now you're sort of coming down the stairs. There is a possibility that this might be some kind of reversal pattern. So again, this is why I do show you the DXY every day as confluence to, you know, the moves in the crypto markets right here. But if this does really begin to break down and it loses this low, then this will start to look quite bearish for the DXY, okay, which in turn would look like quite bullish for Bitcoin. Now, one key level of support that I'm looking at to really get the party started for the Bitcoin, you know, and looking at a massive flush to the downside for the DXY and a huge move inversely correlated to Bitcoin would be a move to the upside, is this support here. Do you see this orange line, okay, for the DXY? Now, if we do start to come down here for the DXY and really do begin to retrace, you will see a major move for Bitcoin, which I can't take it off the table, okay, until we start to see other things in other charts. But so far so good. If this begins to come down like this, okay, you can clearly see we should bounce off this support and then start to come back up. Then if we roll again, you know, you've got some kind of 1, some kind of 2, and some kind of big 3 to break this level of support just there. You can clearly see what we've got is a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. So this is why I always tell you, please be patient, wait for the charts to reveal what's happening. You know, people can call for major bear markets, major bull markets, whatever, but the charts is what you need to rely on, okay? And at the moment, the chart, potentially, we're looking at Bitcoin bottoming out on Monday with that flush and that potential bear trap and stop on for Bitcoin. And what we're looking for is the bottom confirmation by seeing the breakdown and a continued breakdown of the DXY and failure to get to this target here. Okay, so for me at the moment, the DXY has broken down, okay? So we're looking for continuation of this breakdown, potentially something like that, lose this key support. Everyone's going to get really super bearish on the DXY, ultra bullish on the Bitcoin, but we'll try and ride these waves inversely correlated as best as we can. So what we're looking at is a, you know, some kind of legs down like this, come back up like that over a long period of time. You know, we're leading to October. If this breaks down, if we lose this support, this orange line, any time in October, then I think we've got a major move here for Bitcoin, okay? And it's not rocket science, it's not bullshit, it's not hopium, it's just simple technical analysis. I think if we start to lose that low at 102.940, we've got a major signal here in the crypto markets, you know, because of what the DXY is doing. It really is that simple. So in the meantime, like I said to you, it's noise, it's chart, let it just all play out. You know, anyone can guess what it's going to do, this and the other, but it is the charts will reveal all. Okay, so let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now and see what we can see. So looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, then I think, you know, at the moment we've got to respect the data, haven't we? You know, emotion aside, let's respect the data at the moment. The data suggests we may have found the bottom of this correction because, like I said to you, what we're looking for is bullish divergence and equally a bullish engulfing candle, which is exactly what we printed yesterday for Bitcoin. So I know a lot of people are looking at this particular breakdown here, July being the top of an impulsive move for Bitcoin, but I think what we've got is stacks of confluence for Bitcoin at this level here. You see this high that we put in way back in April of this year. I think there's stacks of confluence at that, because what we've seen there is a bottoming out structure for the DXY, and equally on Pepe coin, okay, which is what you do usually see at the top of an impulsive move as Bitcoin begins to come down and starts to come back up. This is where Pepe, a meme coin which come out of nowhere, absolutely went crazy, okay, went absolutely insane, didn't it? And, you know, made millions for people, okay? So again, hopefully we'll find one of those on the next impulsive wave up. I will scour the markets, and I did actually post, this is a funny thing, you know, I don't know if I've spoken about this, but I did make a post on April, sort of mid-April, about, you know, the potential, this is the top of impulsive move and we need to look at meme coins. And I did pick a meme coin and I put it on Twitter, and I'm not joking, there was 2 people in there that says, forget that meme coin, buy Pepe. And if I've calculated it, if I've listened to the CoinsKid crew, and I hold my hands up, I'm really sorry, if I'd have listened to that and retweeted that or whatever, those 2 people that wrote that particular reply on that meme coin post way back there in mid-April, if I'd have wrote that, you know, and retweeted it, we would have made a lot of money as a community, wouldn't we? But I can't reply to everybody, and them two, they absolutely nailed it. So congratulations to you. But you picked a really, really good meme coin. So we'll keep an eye on this opportunity, on this potential next impulsive wave 3, which is going to come up for Bitcoin. If it does come up, when Bitcoin gets overcooked and extended and runs into a key leg of resistance, which will find for you, and it is all a big if, obviously, then we'll look at some altcoins and meme coins that do tend to play catch up to Bitcoin. So we're looking at this low here. Okay, we're looking at this key low to hold for Bitcoin. If it holds over the next sort of few weeks to carve out some kind of structural bottom, it will start to build up a high probability that this is the actual bottom of this C wave, which is something I've been looking at, because I think that what we've got for Bitcoin here, is a massive move, and we're in some kind of A, B, C wave correction that's potentially bottom right there, and we're looking at a next wave being a wave 3. Okay, so where's the wave 3 going to go to? I think we're looking at a minimal target at that point of contact there, which I gave you way back in January of this year when we broke out of this resistance. I said to you, I think we'll see a full retracement to at least 28k, which is this leg of resistance here. That's exactly what happened. We've double tapped this. We've come back so far in a higher low. So structurally, this is still quite nice. It's still technically looking pretty bullish. Okay, although we've gone through this horrible, heinous correction since April, we are looking at continuation, providing we can hold this low, obviously. So going forward, like I said to you, it's a patience game. Anyone can guess. But if we move to the left, you can clearly see this is an up thrust, a massive impulsive move. Now, in these moves, you've had these horrible, heinous, horrible corrections. But what you do, once you start to carve out the correction, you break through the leg of resistance, which is this white line right now, then it's go time, isn't it? So again, this is something you could wait for Bitcoin. Now, what I'm looking at here is a possible scenario is we've got this end in wave 5 of a larger cycle. Okay, and this is why I didn't jump onto the bandwagon off this high here and this big irregular ABC correction. Obviously, the confluence at this level here is the fact that a big ABC corrections began in April of 2021. I know a lot of people look at it as that being the top, but I think that's an irregular B wave high, just like that was, and just like this is potentially right now. So what I'm looking for Bitcoin to do over the next few months to leading into the end of the year is begin its wave 3 here. Okay, now the wave 3 for me could get to the point of contact, that leg of resistance there, around about 47k mark, and then potentially a retest of the all-time high. Get him to there, come back like that, and then boom, breaks that level of resistance again. The final fifth wave of a large fifth wave ending a bull market right there for Bitcoin. Okay, absolutely possible. Can't take it off the table just yet, and obviously it can be invalidated. What's the invalidation right now? The invalidation for me is obviously if we begin to break down here and we lose this sloping trend line, which I've shown you multiple times for Bitcoin, which has been created since 2017. I see a lot of people looking at this trend line. Okay, and we've sort of been looking at this trend line for a very long time there. You got the support bounce, and then we bounced off it again in November. But I think one thing that could sort of say, okay, Bitcoin could be in danger, is if we start to break down here and we turn this into resistance, then this major move here for Bitcoin is off the table, isn't it? So going forward, there's no bias. If the tides change, we'll have to swim with the tides. But at the minute, the tide is the fact that you're looking impulsive and corrective for continuation here for Bitcoin. Okay, and I'm looking at that minimal target of 47k being met, and then an all-time high retest for Bitcoin. Okay, now what we have got here on the C wave of this particular ABC correction that we've been in since April, again, the confluence at that point is like some meme coins, like Pepe. They tend to go ape crap at the top of an impulsive move, just like they did here. Okay, so anyway, what we've got potentially is a major bump and run pattern here in the C wave, a micro bump and run pattern, which I've shown you. Providing this low holds, we've got the bullish engulfing candle, which is pretty tasty. It's kind of confluence that might be the bottom of the C wave right there. You got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You put in a bit of stop on, bit of a bear trap down there, and right now we're printing lovely little signals. So again, what I'm looking for is to reverse here, close above these EMAs on the daily time frame. You've got the 10 and 20 and 55 EMA as well, which we're looking at closing above. And equally, what we're looking to do is break that resistance after this correction. Okay, because look what happens, break the resistance, see you later, break this resistance, potentially see you later. And I'm expecting this next wave, if my theory is correct, okay, and the top is there, we've been this irregular ABC ever since April, then I'm expecting this next wave to be a wave 3, and it's going to completely catch everybody off guard. But I'm looking for a minimal target of that point of contact, which is the point of contact I gave you at the start of the year. Okay, so once we broke out this level of resistance here way back in January, we came back again in a regular ABC correction, which is very, very common with Bitcoin. We came back in that a regular ABC, double tap this level of resistance as support, confirmation, went long with a life savings at that point, and then boom, we rode it all the way up into this leg of resistance around about the 28k, 30k mark. So providing, we hold all this structure and support right now, I'm looking for Bitcoin to get it to at least that target, which is a minimal target I gave you on that break earlier in the year, okay? So far so good. We've seen a massive move up for the year for XRP. We've seen a massive move up so far for Bitcoin, and so far, we've had this sort of horrible correction since April for Bitcoin and a lot of the crypto projects as well. But providing we hold this low going forward, there is a high probability that is the bottom of the correction right now, given what I'm looking at in the DXY and many other charts, that Bitcoin might start to begin a wave 3 here, that's going to completely catch everybody off guard, but not the CoinsKid crew, because we've been looking at this particular scenario for a very long time. Now remember as well, at this point, this is a couple of scenarios here for Bitcoin where this is a massive falling wedge, broken out back to see you later, technical target, okay? So if we get up there, amazing, we've nailed it, but equally what we've got is a bump and run pattern here, okay, where we come down, is your sort of ending bear trap like this, like here, and then boom, you ran into that resistance, you broke out, tapped it, entry point, see you later. Broke out, tapped it, entry point, see you later. So we've equally got a major bump and run pattern here that's playing out for Bitcoin. So once these bump and run patterns play out, where's the technical targets? Each technical target is where you created the level of resistance, okay? That's a technical target of a bump and run pattern, and equally a falling wedge pattern. So far so good, okay? I wish everyone the utmost luck. Let's dive into the hourly time frame to see what we can see for Bitcoin, okay? So looking at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame, then we have had 5 waves up. We did meet our technical target, or well, I say it's not a technical target, I do apologize. It's a target that was on the radar because of the God candle breakdown on that support, okay? So we've got some kind of V-shaped recovery into that at the moment. We're coming back. Now one thing that this could be, obviously, is a correction that we're going through. There's some kind of A wave, you've got some kind of B wave, and you've got some kind of C wave. But what we have got here, if you take a look, possibly is an A B and a C. So there's all the chance that we've had a micro ABC correction back down to the 55 EMA on the hourly time frame, and we're not looking at this retest anytime soon, okay, because we're about to break again here for Bitcoin. So this is a key resistance, okay, that we ran into on the wave 5, and this could be a key support of a wave 2. So let me go through this with you. So at the moment, I think there might be a trade in front of us, because obviously what goes up comes down, and once you have these corrections, you do tend to carve out a kind of structural bottom before coming back up the stairs. So for me, this is a major level of support right now for Bitcoin, 24855. This is an opportunity. If it gets down here, in my opinion, this could be an amazing opportunity for the future if we do go through some kind of big correction again for Bitcoin, okay, and we do look at some kind of macro correction, then this could be a opportunity at 25230 with your stop loss at 24855. Now come to your charts on whatever platform you use, whether it's BitGet, Bybit, Binance, whatever, come to your chart and make sure that you put that low in as your stop loss, okay, to negate this trade. And again, it's all about risk management. Now why am I looking at that 25230? Well, basically it's the same reason that we're looking at that yesterday being met as resistance, because we've melted through it as support, we've melted through it without backtesting support. So immediately that's on my radar. Will we get this opportunity? I can't conclusively say, but if we do start to break down, some kind of A, some kind of B, some kind of C, if we do lose this low here, it's going to increase the probability that that's going to be met, and we're going to sort of look at that opportunity. So at the moment, that's your support, okay? So I think if we start to break down below 25751, we will be looking at that retest. That's what I'm trying to convey to you. Now for Bitcoin, just there is a possibility that this is an ABC that's complete on the 55, and right now you're calling up for another major move, taking out 26576. Where are you going to go to? So right now, let me show you, okay, for Bitcoin, if this is indeed some kind of wave 1 and this is a macro wave 2, and right now this is a huge impulsive wave 3 that's just going to break out, okay, if you start to see it take out 26576 and hold 25751, the next target for Bitcoin for me will be the 2.272 fib at a minimal, okay, I'm looking at that at 27660. Why the 2.272 fib? Because in my opinion, that's what the third waves always get to in impulsive moves, okay, and I've gone through this with you. So that would be my target, okay, a level of resistance where I'll take some profit on any longs. If you start to take out the 1 fib at 26576, I think we might run as hard as the 2.272 at 27660, which is an area of interest for me to take some profit on any longs, okay. So anyway, I can't guarantee that this low will hold, obviously, because we could have a scenario that's an A, that's a B, and that's a C, okay, absolutely possible. So if we break down below 25751, then I'm looking to load up at 25230 with my stop loss at 24855 on Bybit, okay. You can copy me, it's entirely up to you, but we try and ride these waves up together, okay. But right now, possibly we've got some kind of A, some kind of B, some kind of C. Just there, if we take a look, this is an ascending triangle for Bitcoin, okay, what we've got off this bottom just here is an ascending triangle. So if you're not long already, okay, and you're looking to jump into a long at this point, I wouldn't advise it, to be honest with you. I'd be looking for a pullback into this zone here and a possible stop loss just there to negate this potential trade, okay? The fact that that's the A, that's the B, you got some kind of 1, 2, pull back into this zone here because you've melted through it just there without battling some resistance on this lovely little ascending triangle like that. Okay, so you run into this resistance, which is still essentially a lower high, so there's all the chance that this could drop. So again, this is all about risk management. Okay, if you've got the stomach for it, you could build a long position on Bybit on that leg there, 25950, and then put your stop loss on this 25751. It's a very, very minimal risk trade, isn't it? So from there to there, around about 0.74% loss. If we drop the long and short in, I'll show you. So from there right now, you could be looking at potential, and again, you're not going to win every trade, but it's a possible scenario right now for Bitcoin. If we do start to come up, you could be looking at around about 6.5% for a 0.74% loss. And this is trading, this is riding the waves, okay? If indeed the micro ABC is in, in the sense that what we've got is the A, the B, the C, and right now this is the next impulsive wave up, then this opportunity is putting your stop loss on 25751 and closing it on this level here, the 2.272, around about 27k. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, and thank you for support, everybody. Take care. Back to another update on Bitcoin. And remember, you can go long, you can go short, you can do all this on Bybit. You know, it's entirely up to you, but please don't be an over leveraged degen like the rest of us. Bye bye.